So I could see premiums on the 2021 Eagles going $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, especially if we get into a constrained position.
Well, hey guys, Louie here, and welcome to the weekend. I'm glad we made it. And can you believe that clip that I just played was from late December of last year? Well, what a difference a little over a month makes. Yep, $40 Eagles. That is a $13 premium over the current silver ask, which is $27. I wanted to say 17. It was 17 for so long. You guys don't know. But yep, so Eagles. Who could have imagined the story that we have right now on why Eagles are $40? But it has to do with demand. All right, yeah, it also has to do with a bunch of new enthusiastic people entering the market, both on the paper side and on the physical side. But it has to do with demand. It's akin to a really dry forest, a forest that hasn't been sensibly handled, and it doesn't take much to start a wildfire. Well, that's what we have going on here. We have a wildfire. I hope you are not. I hope you're not disillusioned by what happened. I think that you can be mad about it. As you saw those two articles that I posted about a week ago with J.P. Morgan downgrading silver miners. Yeah, right. And also with the COMEX raising margin requirements. Well, that's what got people to sell. I did talk about margin. Just a couple little things for you to take a look at while I talk. I did talk about margin last week. I really don't think you want to trade on margin. Not my style. But some people do, and then you got to pay the price. Did they shake you out? Did they shake you out of your physical position? And I doubt you lost any money if they did, because dealers are going to be paying well over spot, right, for your silver right now. At least they should. If you're out there giving your silver away for spot, trying to trade it for gold, what now? Remember, silver has the higher premium. So we could probably find some generic at 5 over, 5 to 6 over. And, gold, is certainly trading up a little bit. But what, you take 5 over 25, that's a 20% premium. And you take $100 over $2,000, that's a 5% premium. So don't be doing these straight silver swaps. Boy, these 007 bars did well, and they're hard to get. And just doesn't hurt that everybody wants them, right? If you buy the stuff that people want, when silver goes into short supply, much easier to sell. I'm not selling my 007 bars. I'm going to hold on to those. But, if I have some stuff I do want to move out, kind of like investment coins and weird middle category coins. It's the first year of the wedge-tailed eagle, and beautiful design. But they made quite a few of them, hand-signed by Mercanti, John Mercanti, the U.S. engraver. So, some things I am moving out of my stack, like these kangaroos. This is the first year, and this is when they were 3 9s. Now they are 4 9s, but mintage was lower on these in the first year. And there's a backstory on these. But, stuff like this that may fetch $40 an ounce, I'm not hesitating to sell it, right? Because I want to take those profits and reinvest them. And where do I want to reinvest them? Well, we got to talk about that. Okay, be right back at you. All right, so what you have in front of you is a spot price and a chart of silver going back a full year. Of course, all the action here has been in the last 6 months or so. So, we see the spike up to nearly 30 back, is that August or July? I'm not sure. And here we are, we kissed 30 again, may have gone over it pre-market. But, they pulled out their dirty tricks, and as I guess we should have expected, some old salty dogs told us this would happen, and boy, were they right. They pushed it all the way back down to, I think, the 25s. Can I get a... Look at that, 24.58. Wait a minute, no, I need to go over here. 26. Well, it may have been under 26 midday. Seems like it went lower than 26. Pushed, I'm sure it was in the 25s. And pushed some people out of their positions. But, and of course they did that by changing margin requirements on physical COMEX contracts. And they threw a downgrade out there to the silver miners. But this is all they could get so far. They push it down to 25 and it pops right back up to 27. I want to pull up the SLV and show you inflows and outflows. And see, we can decide if there's more of that coming. But boy, did they blow their cover. JP Morgan totally blew their cover by throwing out a downgrade right in the middle of a price move. I think that they're very concerned about their positions, and they're very concerned about physical supply. The big story is the physical supply, right? Because hopefully you did this early in the move and not late. But those that had the idea to buy physical were right on the money. They can't take your physical away from you. And if you got in early on the move before the premiums went up, then you're sitting pretty right now. You've got some physical silver. We cleaned them out, right? The bullion dealers. I don't think we bought everything they have. I don't think they would let us do that. And I think there's some manipulation on their side as well, as they raise premiums on Eagles to, $13. I mean, we know from the last time that this happened, going back to around August, you would have found $40 Eagles in August, and a lot of people bought them, right? Don't be the person that's paying $40 for Eagles right now. It is never, never, never a good idea to pay a $13 premium, a $10 premium, an $8 premium. Maybe you could talk yourself into a $5 premium, but best that you don't, because it totally came back as the price settled down and the inventories kind of calibrated. We saw those Eagles go back to $29, and I think even in the 28s. I showed you a couple of tubes I bought just a few weeks ago. So that will happen again. The question, I guess, is whether the move continues immediately, or we linger here for a while and wait for the dealers to replenish their stock. This has been, great for old stackers. Those of us that have been doing this long enough to have our stack nicely topped off. I'm older, so I don't really need any more silver. I started with a goal of wanting 10% of my assets in precious metals. That's all kinds of precious metals in all forms, from numismatics, silver, gold, platinum, etc. Now with the moves, I'm probably up at 15% or more of my net worth in metals. That's plenty. Yeah, I don't think you want more than that, unless you're an all-in kind of guy. But all-in kind of guys, they come in and, man, they go out in a ball of fire. So watch out for that. Keep your percentage reasonable. This is protection. It is speculation. But it makes a whole lot of sense. The forest out there is dry, and all it took was a couple of social media posts to send the entire world into a buying frenzy of physical silver. Hell yeah! You want to be there, or do you want to give up?
be there, guys. But so it's good for me that premiums are going up, and I'm selling some stuff I want to move out of the stack and buying some other stuff, and there's always something to buy. Bought something the other morning, kind of exotic, but I'll show that to you hopefully next week. For those of you that are still stacking or are brand new to stacking, okay, this is a major blow. We got caught up here in a Mr. Miyagi mind trick or something, but we did what we thought was right. We were encouraging people to get into this, into the physical, an even better idea. So what happened? The paper price got slammed because people that control those things can print as much, make as many paper shorts as they want, but the physical went off the shelves. What did the dealers do? They make hay, they raise their premiums, and then they look to try to replenish supply at a reasonable price. Why are their premiums so high? Because they're having trouble finding product. And especially after this move to 30 and then a predicted move above. I'll tell you what's happening right now is dealers are betting that spot price will soon be 30 or above, and they're adjusting their premiums on top of that. And then on the Silver Eagles, they're just screwing you guys. They're just screwing you. So don't be buying $40 Eagles here. If you have to buy silver, you just have to get some into your stack, then stay with the low premium stuff. If you can find $3 over spot, go for that. The most basic 999 generic silver bars, 10-ounce bars are best. Don't buy the 100-ounce, don't buy the 1,000-ounce. Coins are better than bars, always. So, you got some $33 maples out there. Swallow hard if you have to pay that. You may have some $31 Britannias. That's okay as well. But you can stay under that $5 mark if you're in coins, and certainly try to stay under $2 and $3 if you're in bullion. And don't believe what you hear on YouTube. YouTube is like a fire hose, right? You got all this information. Everybody disagrees. One person will tell you, bet your mother's boots that silver will be $100 in 6 months. Another person will tell you it's going to 17 and here's why. And then who could have predicted this, right? Spot price down or flat and physical up 25%, right? We just can't predict this, and I know it's hard to know who to listen to. So make your own decisions. Big boys and girls, do that. Get in if you want to get in. Don't get in if you don't want to get in. But the forest is dry, and man, we're waiting for a forest fire here. And do not count out the world. All right. Right now, the dollar is, it's been getting stronger, but it's fairly weak. Silver is cheap in other parts of the world because it's priced in dollars. So you don't think they're cleaning out their LCSs? I heard a story recently that India is reducing taxes on precious metals. Don't know if that's correct or not. If you're Indian, please post. So around the world, people are catching this story. Yes, I know GameStop went up in flames, right? If you rode that up to 500 and rode it back down to 40, I'm sorry. But this brings me to my next point. They can control SLV. They can keep the lid on SLV at their own peril, and they're getting called out, the people that manipulate such things. But you know what they can't manipulate? Mining stocks. All right, I told you last week the mining stocks were set to move, and boy, did they move. They moved up, and they moved down in gigantic proportions, and then moved right back up on Friday. I'm going to tell you right now, my prediction is something is up with the mining stocks. Silver and gold. Of course, I favor silver. I still think silver will decouple from gold. I think gold could even go down as silver goes up, or gold could go up modestly as silver moves into the 30s. But the mining stocks, I'll give you some tickers here of the ones that I'm invested in. I'm glad I held them all. I held every one over the last 6-9 months and just watched it go up and watched it go down. And there were days that it was painful in my portfolio. And there were days like Friday, which honestly I didn't expect, where everybody was buying mining stocks. And silver moved up, what, 50 cents? It was kind of curious. Let me get into the SLV and we'll take a look at that. But I'm telling you, they can't manipulate the mining stocks to the downside as much as we can buy them. So, that's where I think if you're looking to make some paper profits, feel free to trade SLV. Just don't do it on margin. But the mining stocks are looking really interesting here, and we'll take a look at those right now. All right, if you're going to be in silver mining stocks, here's one of my favorites, HL, Hecla Mining. Look at these moves the last few days. I mean, we have been in a range of 5-ish all the way up. My God, it hit 8.5. Can you believe that? But look where we are. We came off that. Let's see. Here we go. Show you the volume. We came off this bottom here and rocketed back. Still early in the move on Hecla. One of my favorites. Let's look at another one. Okay, MAG Silver Corp. This is a monster of a stock. It really moves. MAG, and look at that. It was upwards of 26, fell all the way back to 17, and look at this, just starting to move back up. See, the thing about mining stocks is they can't be paper shorted or naked shorted. They have to restrain their shorts to the float. So if people jump into these, I think quickly, if the Reddit crowd is really looking for a strategy, it is the miners. It probably isn't the SLV. They've already succeeded, or we have already succeeded in disrupting the silver market and the physical market. And you can get SLV and it could get pushed down or pushed up or manipulated, but I think the miners are really where you are going to see some explosive moves. Let's look at another one. All right, here is a penny stock which Sprott is invested in. That's where I found this. Almaden Minerals, highly speculative, but let's get to the advanced chart. These penny stocks, they can move. They could be 5-baggers. Look at the green arrows on that. Wow. So people found out about this as well. Also made a big move up to $1, now back to about 70 cents or so. Really, really interesting. I think it's gold and silver though, so it has that gold baggage. Because you just don't want all that risk in one stock. You don't know what will happen. Here is AG, First Majestic. That was a target as well. And it's very evident here that, people were jumping all over this. They were busting the shorts. We've pulled back. We've got a similar green candle here. That one is ready to roll again. So, but, if you were in this before the move, like I was, around $15, what is that, 26, 27? No, I'm sorry, that is 25. I mean, there's a 30% move in, 5 days? So you can capture that if you're in. The best time to buy anything is on a down day, on a sell-off. That's when the options get cheaper. That's when nobody wants it. You really want to accumulate when prices are dropping. You have to kind of fade your feelings and buy when they're dropping. If you're going to, move out and rotate your position a little at a time, sell when it's rising. So if you were in here at 13 and it started moving up, you could sell a little piece when it got to 17. You could sell a little more when it hit 22, a little more when it hit 25. When it starts dropping, you can start buying back. That's how, that's how I trade stocks. I don't really trade miners that way because I have a basket and it would just make me insane to watch every one of these. Let's take a look at another name. All right, Pan American Silver Corp, very, very good stock. It's got, you notice the pattern in all these stocks? They pushed them up, and now they pushed them down, and here they are coming back up off the bottom. I think this is where the opportunity is. What I do, just to let you know, for those that care, I'm a big believer in trading precious metals in your self-directed IRA. Okay, and here's the thing, you won't pay those giant capital gains taxes, and I'm sure they're going to be increasing those. But if you have the ability to fund a self-directed Roth IRA, go ahead and pay the tax today. Taxes will probably never be lower again. As I've been telling you for a while, as Trump was heading out, I was liquidating some of my IRAs that I had to pay tax on. Because the tax rates, were low last year, and tax rates are going up. But if you go ahead and pay those taxes today, you fund a Roth self-directed IRA. I'll put the link to E-Trade below. That's where I trade. You can do all this trading without fear of repercussion and without paying tax on the appreciation. If you're really good at this and something like Pan American Silver, goes from 30 up to 90, you'd be doing that tax-free. All right, so I really, really like the Roth IRA. I only have, most of my money is not in a Roth IRA because that was not an option for me at my employer. And when I transferred that into my self-directed IRA, it's traditional. So I will be paying, normal taxes. If you're trading stocks in your taxable account, get ready for some sizable capital gains. All right, and Washington is coming for the day traders. They're probably going to do something really awful to the little guy. Of course, they always support the big guy, and the little guy gets stuck with the bill. So the more you can get your money into IRAs, and better yet, Roth IRAs, the freer you will be to enjoy the profits, because it's not what you make, it's after tax what you make, right? That's the big secret about retirement. People don't even consider that they're putting all their money away, and when they go to take it out, tax rates could be 30, 40, 50, 60, 70%. I don't even know, as we move down the path to communism here, if we'll be allowed to keep our profits at all. But I think the Roth protects you a lot more in that regard. Okay, if anybody wants a list of my silver miner investments, I'll post that for you. If nobody cares, then that's fine. We'll get off this topic. I know it's boring for most people, but really, really interesting paper markets right now. All right, here I am with a little clip of the U.S. Mint's Gold Eagle production. I mentioned in that video back in December that I thought the Silver Eagles would pop, the 21s would pop. I said that gold could be an opportunity, but I was focused in on silver. But gold, in fact, the Gold Eagles for 21 were a great opportunity as well. I've been trying to pick some of the fractionals up. Here is the production in January of the Gold Eagles, and you can see here that the half ounce, quarter ounce, 10th ounce, really, really low numbers. As I compared this to prior years, I believe it was the half ounce that was in the proportionally lower mintage area. Notice how February has zeros on the fractional. Well, everybody has caught wind of that, and now you're probably upwards of $2,300 an ounce for fractional gold. But I'm stalking the half ounce. That's the one I want the most. I would buy them all, but they're hard to find under $2,200 an ounce equivalent. But I think they may not produce any more fractional gold eagles for the rest of the year. The U.S. Mint is allocating supply, and now that prices and demand are soaring, physical prices anyway. People want them, but they are not to be had. The time to buy something like that was before the squeeze. Hopefully you got some fractional gold eagles. Keep an eye out for those, the 21s, right? Because there's going to be the design change. That'll definitely be key in my mind. I don't think they're going to turn it back on anytime soon. I think they have their hands full juggling new designs for gold and silver, trying to switch over mid-year. And now demand is going to be off the charts. I mean, what if the demand is 100 million ounces ago? The demand is 100 million silver eagles, and you're sitting there with they made 10 million in January of the 21s. Maybe they'll do a couple more, but definitely you'll want to have the early 21 designs in your stack. But that is not what's cheap right now. So look carefully for those. Don't overpay. Okay, quickly let's take a look at JM Bullion's deals and see what you might buy if you were really in the market to buy. I think the demand is going to continue over the weekend. There's something going on out there with the silver demand. So let's watch that. Let's see what they're trying to sell us in their deal page. That's a cool Egyptian God series. I have some of the early ones. Let's see what they're trying to sell us. What's cheap and what's not. And you notice 10 plus business days. Okay, raise the minimum for free shipping to $2.99. Man, if you were a thief, I'd be watching the mail right now, because people all over the country are they're getting big deliveries of silver. Let's see, nothing in the deal. Oh, they're nothing. Let me click that again. Deals. Where are they? On sale. Nothing. Nothing on sale. Okay, well, let's go over. I already showed you the American Silver Eagles. Let's look at 10-ounce bars. Hopefully they're back in stock. 5, 10, that is probably the most liquid generic bullion. Okay, so 320, 325, 319. Ooh, these Inglehards, man, that would have been good. Boy, I didn't see those come up at all. The old Inglehards. Let's see, 320. Oh, those are all out of stock. So you're going to pay 325, 330, everything else out of stock. Let's just see how many of the Buffalo bars they have. You can come in here and type 10 million, or 9 million, whatever, 9,900, add it to your cart, and they have 4,500. So they have enough of those, but the variety is really off on that. If we look over, let's see one more time. Let's take a look at, I think the Britannias have been the cheapest government silver, but we'll look at the maples really quickly. 35, no way. Don't pay 35 for a maple. That's crazy. I think you can find them cheaper elsewhere. Let's look at the Libertads. I mean, my God. Let's see, what are they charging for the 1-ounce Libertads these days? I saw APMEX had raised them to like $60. Here they are. Oh, out of stock. So they're all gone. They're all unobtainium. They have some fractionals at overpriced prices and no proofs. Okay, forget the Libertads. That story is done. Gold is still not out. Keep looking for the gold if you're into that. Let's take a look at British Britannias. 33, and let's see how many of those they have. And they have, as many as you want. So it looks like Britannias are going to be your cheaper government bullion. So, if if I was buying a 10-ounce bar at 33 an ounce or a Britannia at 33 an ounce, I'd go with the Britannia. Let's see, any other silver coins? Britannia, South Africa, pandas. Let's take a look at the kookaburras. What are those selling for? Oh my God, $47? So that's the kind of thing I'm selling right now. You know, I mean, if you bought those for 20 and you sell them for in the 40s, just redeploy that money into lower premium product. You'll be happy you did. I don't want to be, you know, stacking stuff like that for life. I want to be moving in and out of it. All right. Well, I think that is about all I have to say. It's just do not panic. Don't be going out buying $47 kookaburras. Keep your premiums low. And really, the best advice I can give you is wait for the next SmackDown. Be buying on the SmackDowns. If the dealers will lower their premiums, they may or they may not. But I think they're assuming a $30 spot no matter how low it goes. We saw this before when spot went to 12. Okay, guys, sorry I got cut off, but I'm going to wrap it up here. This is a really interesting time for silver, and I hope you're participating or at least figuring out what your plan is. Have a plan and execute it. Buy on those dips if you can. It's a dip buyer's market, but don't pay those high premiums, please. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. See you next week. Bye.